Hello and welcome back. Okay, so we are at Hardened. There's a couple of contracts here. And there is also the arena. Let's see what the arena has. Okay, Ifrits. 19 Ifrits. Okay, I think I'll just pass on this. Anyways, what is this contract? Serpents. Serpents for not that much money, though it is a 3 skull. And this is... Okay, Drive of Nomads, yeah. I remember now. Anyway, so the serpents, I suppose, are a decent source of experience. So I suppose I'll take both of these contracts and let's do the serpents first. Need to level the folks. So, once again, southwest. Getting a Deja vu here. Also, I'll just mention it outright. I'm once again slightly tired. Didn't get as much sleep as I would have liked. So I might make some mistakes or babble about nonsense. Anyways, serpents. Just go with this lineup, I guess. Double check the armors. Yeah, seems mostly good enough. Is this good enough? Probably. 81%. Yeah, I suppose I don't want to make it heavier at the moment. So sure, let's go with that. Alright. So I have made mistakes against serpents in the past. Let's try to avoid those this time. 15 of them. So one thing that helps, of course, is the hold steady tactician ability. I'll probably use Blitzkrieg and then we use hold steady and then that will be enough. Okay, so yeah, let's just engage, I think. So I want to rotate Geralt, I suppose, with Eswig. Get the heavier weapon in there. Let's engage like here with Eswig. And yeah, let's position as well for Inspiring Presence. And Ludger, let's also double check. These were the same fatigue cost, yes. So this target will likely be dead, so we want to use the split attack instead. Because I can't quite reach a position where the swing would make more sense. So let's just move like here. And for hard, I want 3 allies for you next round. Maybe like here. And we start with a 91 miss. Activating Rebuke. Too bad. Okay, I don't want to stray too far from the tactician. Yeah. So let's see here. Maybe like here. So Luthar here is only level 6. I really don't want to screw it up with him. But yeah, finding the correct position here is a tiny bit awkward. I guess there is... Well, no, never mind. Of course we have Geralt there. Geralt is going there. So if I move too far, I'm not in Blitzkrieg range. Unless, well, I can move. I can move the tactician and then use the backup plan. So I guess we do that. So move like here. There we go. There we go. Failing. Alright, well, it seems I am getting a kill here. It's better that way, but the berserk is wasted. I think I want to try to move with only 17 melee defense though, so maybe I don't. Well, we can get the inspiring presence, so that kind of takes care of that for next round. Alright, and then move here, use the backup plan for Blitzkrieg. Okay, Randolph, get in there. Probably here or here. I want to be in range of the hold steady, of course. So 41 melee defense. Just go there. Have 2 targets. That's a little bit awkward since the duelist perks works as it does, but anyway. These enemies don't have much armor. And getting 2 targets for the flail is a good thing. Okay, Richard here can't do much, so he waits. Alright. And I don't really see a good rotation that I can do. I could also just wait with Eswig. That's allowed. I'll actually do that. And I don't have 3 allies next to Fahad, because I'm a fool, so I think I wait with him as well. We'll rely on the hold steady, so they can't grab us. I'll triple check that it actually does that, though. You're the wrong person. So hold steady is here. Immune to being stunned, knocked back, or grabbed. Yeah. Okay, Luther gets a kill. Just holds where he is. Save this kill for Geralt instead of Eike. Though I suppose it doesn't really matter. If I get the kill with Eike, then he waits where he is, I suppose. Anyways, Dieter. Just do that. Do not move in, I think. Baldwin has failed. Could have done a rotation. Perhaps that would have been better. What is your melee defense? 23. I'll move here. It's most likely okay. Alright. So yeah, Eike doesn't have Berserk, but the other guy, the other Axeman does. So I think... yeah, let's actually... yeah. I did say it doesn't matter, but let's save it for Geralt. So 95. Will you miss this? You will not. Okay, so either move in and hit again, or just hold where you are. You could also move here, and that means we have 3 allies for Fahad. I think I'll do that. So this one does have Rebuke. This one also has it active. Well, I guess I kill this one. Never mind. He tried. He did try. Hold steady. After some recent... how to put this... episodes and battles... plentiful with mistakes. I really want to try to do better. Focus on what I'm doing despite being hindered by my lack of sleep here. So I will take my time on occasion, even on battles like this. Can't really afford that many losses in this origin. Anyways. Okay, I don't want to kill these two because that means that Ake doesn't have enough targets. So let's deal with this one. And then that one. All right. I will attack here twice instead of reactivating the Whirling Death. Had a pretty nasty battle against Nachos of all things last time. Which kind of hammers home that I can't underestimate enemies. Usually. Or if I do, then every now and again, while it might work out most of the time, sometimes it definitely doesn't. And someone will pay the price. We got really lucky in that fight in particular. Anyways, this is over. Okay, there we go. So XP-wise, definitely worthwhile. Over 500 for everyone. Okay, let's see. Esvig, all the way to level 17. So he's my disciple of Davkul, which means he probably will end up being the prophet. I believe that's 5 candles, but I don't quite remember. It might be 6. Surely not more than that. Anyways, level 17, so let's do things. So from what I remember, the Prophet of Davkul gets a special ability that no other character gets, which I believe, if memory serves, it lowers the fatigue or gives you gives others some respite from being fatigued. And I would imagine it hasn't been changed at all for Reforged. And I don't at least remember reading or hearing about anything about it being changed for Legends either, but I suppose it's more possible there. Anyways, Richard here is a promised potential character. I will interrupt my own rambling to level him up here. So he's ignoring ranged skill. Let's see. Currently it doesn't have much use for fatigue, but I guess he has second wind. So I could make my first second wind character eventually. But he doesn't have Berserk or Unstoppable. So base fatigue is only 85. Gets plus 15 from this. I'll go ahead and take this plus 4 roll here. And ignore the range defense this time. Take the melee skill plus 2. Anyways, I was kind of rambling, but my point, if there ever was a point in my mind, was that once we get to the Prophet of Davkul, we'll have to evaluate how much we actually use that ability, because if he does use it, then he doesn't necessarily do anything else, which kind of wastes damage potential, for example. Anyways, it's not really a big deal, I don't think, but I believe some people kind of manipulate the system a bit, so they get someone who's tailor-made for a role like that. I suppose Esvik isn't the worst candidate, but anyways. And also, I don't quite remember how it works. We'll see when the time comes, so getting ahead of myself. Anyways, Richard, perk point. So let's see here. I'm leaning towards just taking student, but let's evaluate a bit. So I do have a pole flail. I could take flails for him. He's not going to want to go to the front lines until he's level 11. Ideally. I might take pole arms if he had those, but he doesn't, and I'm not going to buy them. We'll purchase something maybe when he realizes his potential. Not just yet. So yeah, I am definitely leaning towards taking flails here. So yeah, we have a pole flail. And you can go for guaranteed headshots with those. He only has 63 melee skill, so actually hitting things until he's level 11 and has gotten that plus 15 to everything is going to be a tad difficult. But yeah, let's just take the flails. For now, we'll see what we do with him in the long term, but for now he's a flail guy. Once again, this is probably unnecessary, but if he does realize his potential, everything gets refunded, so I can do it all over again. Okay, Luthor, level 7. Once again, one of these promised potential characters is still just a beggar instead of a chat cultist. I don't usually use that word, but I decided to use it here. Anyways, let's... So I want the fatigue, but I also want the hit points. He does have battle flow. So base is 84. He's also a bleeder. That might get him killed at some point. He has anticipation, so hit points are definitely good and perhaps required, but they might be even more required here. I'll take the hit point roll, but I really want this plus 5 fatigue as well. Too bad. It's competing against some other things that I cannot really skip. Okay, let's take Nimble here, since that's the only armor perk. And now I suppose we lower his armor a little bit. Let's not go this far. This can probably stay, but let's lower the helmet if I can find like a decent piece. Maybe like, let's see. Maybe like this one. Now, I would never use something like this in vanilla for Nimble. But in here it's fine-ish. So that only means that we take more armor damage from added weight in Hardened. And he doesn't have steel brow, so I'll go with a bit of a heavier helmet this time. Anyways. So let's head on back. I believe we've done this very same contract for El Hadet like 3 or 4 times. I don't mind too much though. I'm still enjoying the run. The challenge keeps it enjoying. Enjoyable, I should say. Let's speak proper King's English here. Or let's at least try. Okay, I'll check the recruits again, see no cultists, and measure my disappointment. 5 gladiators! Yeah, I don't have Gerbold, so no. And even with Gerbold, maybe not. Okay, let's take this Nomad contract. I'll first sell the snake junk, though. I don't care about snake junk. Okay, we'll buy some tools, etc. after we're done here. Not yet. Okay, so it's over here. Sand-covered remnants. Ifrit tracks. I haven't fought Ifrits even once in this campaign. Nor lindworms. I want to fight lindworms at some point, but perhaps we'll save that for after our goals are met. And also, we currently shouldn't attempt anything like that since we don't have a good tank. We don't have any kind of tank unless you count Ludger, which you really shouldn't, despite his melee defenses. Anyways, let's see, what do we have? Okay, this is ridiculously easy. What the hell? Why are you offering me 5 gladiators and then this is what we get here? This is sad. This is... yeah, okay. Well, anyways. I will refrain from insulting them further. Okay, let's go in with this lineup, I guess. I don't need Adelma. Let's level the ones who are leveling, etc. Also, this nomad leader doesn't even have a name. Not sure why, but that's the case. Okay, so yeah, they definitely have the range superiority. Somewhat of an obvious statement, of course. Guess I'll just advance. This is a 6 AP weapon. If memory serves, this used to be 5 AP in Reforged. It might still be, but in Hardened it's not. Yeah, well, we need to go in anyway, and since they're so weak, I will just do it. Kind of wish Ludger was on this flank now, but he isn't. The sad thing is that Fahad the polearmor actually has more melee defense than my 2 axemen. Ege has 20 and Geralt has 17. So I think I might even use him in the front line, which is a bit silly. But I suppose I refrain. Let's refrain. Let's be reasonable here. I guess one of you guys holds this flank. Let's do it with Geralt, I guess. Okay, so I could use the Blitzkrieg already, but I think I will wait on it. So let's just move like here. And use nothing yet. And now we go ahead and use it, as well as the onslaught. I don't care about the leader's armor. Let's see. So most likely am not daggering him down, but we'll see. Alrighty. One-shotted. Well, that must have been a headshot. Okay, this guy is probably coming in. Let's see, though. I don't want to engage with Randolph. That's a reasonable stance. So, let's engage. We have the Blitzkrieg effect. Yeah, I don't care about this armor. Whatever, let's just go for it. AK's doing work. Alright. Let's see. 81 and a miss. A swing and a miss. So this is a 6 AP attack. I think this was 5 AP at some point, maybe still is in Vanilla Reforged. And it used to be 4 AP in Legends for the same weapon type. Can't quite remember if it's been changed there. Anyways, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, I can't move and attack is what I'm trying to say here. I don't know, just wait. Wait and see. Guess we go here. So even in a fight like this, we know that Randolph is kind of a glass cannon. I've said that multiple times. He might, in some fight where we don't expect it, die. But it looks like not here. Okie dokie. Sure. I really like the disarm that they gave Axis. Makes them far more of a utility weapon. One to go. Geralt gets a level. Level 10 for him, so he picks up Battle Flow. That should boost his killing prowess quite a bit. So he's already wearing kind of heavy armor. Let's see, do I have a heavier helmet? Seems I don't. Anyways, with Battle Flow, do I want more fatigue? It's competing against resolve and hit points. Not sure. He does also have Pathfinder. It might make a difference. Eventually, if he's still alive, he'll be decked out in famed gear, so I would imagine that the armor weight doesn't really go up from here, not much at least. It should go down slightly. Resolve is also a bit unnecessary, he's a cultist. So I guess it's hit points or the fatigue. I'll get the hit points. Despite it not being a max roll there. Okay, we see the Ifrits. So I could fight them. I could. We'd take some injuries. And it would be a tedious fight, but we would win. I don't think it's worthwhile. It'll just... my Battleforged guys would take so many injuries. It's definitely not worth it. Go away. Shoo! Shoo! Alright, no more contracts. No more conditions. So now the question is, do we stay in the south for a bit? I guess we can still visit the other city. So we've mostly cleared the desert of the locations that can be done. So I'll just sell every single thing here. So that is not necessarily a reason to stay. But there might be something that has spawned at the other city. Okay, I don't know. This is like very marginally worth it, the incense. Seems it's semi... I don't know. Whatever. Let's leave it. If there's a profit to be made, it's not much. Let's go to the hub. So the Noble War is still going on, but it's almost over, so it might be that we don't do any other battles against them, or we might just be able to do like a bit before it ends. Mostly just raiding caravans, of course, since we are not doing all that well. Unless it's an easy group of noble troops. And it seems there's nothing here. There's a caravan. I can't really take that though, since it goes through hostile territory. Though I'm not actually sure, not quite sure. I believe that it will count as us being hostile, despite them not being hostile against the caravan itself. There is also the possibility of the war just ending before we reach the territory, but I don't think I should risk it. The reason to take this is, of course, to spawn some famed equipment. Anyways, there was a cultist here, so let's get him. Is he any good? He is not. He's very similar to this guy. Has a better melee skill, but otherwise is worse. So yeah, Erhard the Misguided. Just leave. Okay, so yeah. So I'm tempted to try that caravan because this is almost over, but I don't know. It's not like the biggest deal if we have to abandon the caravan, but yeah, it goes through this area, so... and also, since we're the guards, there won't be that many conscripts to help us out. Still though, if I manage to do this, then it's potentially very worthwhile. In Legends, of course, it would be far more worthwhile, because you could also get experience and do camping tasks while doing a caravan. Okay, I think it's fine if we lose some relations by having to abandon this. Let's try to spawn something famed. It's not the most efficient use of our time, of course, as we can't really fight along the way unless we get attacked. Oh, and we get the sacrifice now. Well, that means that we'll probably lose at least one person. Too bad. Anyways. So, Zahid or Latif? Well, let's go with Latif. Latif is bound and put to the fire. The smell of burnt pork fills the air, and the men around you rejoice with tears in their eyes. You see a face twisting in the smoke of the sacrifice, a knowing visage that approves. The men are emboldened. Well, apart from a couple of us. Richard is now a fanatic, Geralt is now a zealot, Adelmar is a fanatic, Ludger is an acolyte, and Randolph is an acolyte. A reminder for us all. Okay, so the sacrifice event triggered. Okay, so that means that I'll probably lose these two, since I don't have any ways of any means of improving the resolve morale. That sucks, but oh well, too bad. So yeah, both of them had some potential, mostly Luthor though. Would have been quite nice if he succeeded with his potential, but now he's going to leave us. Anyways, too bad, too bad. So it's day 223. I will write it down. I haven't even seen a Necrosavant in this run, I think, which is very weird, but there we go. So let's write that down here. So S223. Okay. Well, we're very used to people leaving us. Okay, Baldwin leaves. And then the other one very soon. Yep. Okay. Good news, Wildrick. You're in the lineup. Adelmar as well. I also do need, once again, another indebted. So yeah, the run could be going far better than it is. We could still have Gerbold. We could have so many things, but we don't. Even just having some cocaine would make this so much easier. I suppose I should have actually made a priority of trying to get some cocaine. Anyways, now that the sacrifice did trigger, not trickle, let's get a cripple here. Let's see. 2-star melee defense, 30 hit points. Okay, that's Legend's female level hit points. Absolute min roll. Okay, he had underdog and shields with 2-star melee defense. He could have even been a Monolith tank. He doesn't have Indom, but still. Also, he might roll that with the promised potential. But yeah, 30 base hit points without stars. I think I can't. I just can't. He'll die to 1 hit. He'll trip over and die. He'll get a splinter in his hand. Okay, see ya. Oh dear. Anyways, I could see about these other types of recruits as well. Not always try to get those promised potentials, which so far in the run has succeeded 0 times. Okay, let's get some of these guys, and I'll keep the best of them. Try to convert. Let's waste some money here. Oh yeah, god damn it. Caravan hands cannot even be converted. I'm dumb. I am a dumbo. Well, too bad. These guys can be, so... Ghalib Al-Qasim. Okay, maybe. And then we have Faris Al-Hafa. Probably no. 3-star initiative. That I dislike how Hardened treats initiative with dodge. Can't really make it work unless you babysit them. He is a tactician, but I already have a tactician. So I think I pass. He did max roll melee skill, but no stars. Okay, and then we have the Detailer, who is very unremarkable. He's like a day 10 usable guy, but let's pass. It's not day 10. A Caravan Hand who isn't dumb and also is mediocre. Same here. And then we have a Verse Manhunter. I will just get rid of him. Okay, so I might keep this guy around. 2-star melee defense, 62 melee skill, which is the max roll. Min rolled the melee defense. Did well with hit points and initiative. So he's like usable if he rolls well. He ain't fantastic, but he's usable. I don't know. Keep him for now, but I might decide that he will leave because I don't want to waste a conversion charge on someone who's worse than someone else if I find someone better in the meanwhile. So conv/s. But if he does roll well with the melee skill, then he's actually decent. He gets unstoppable. He also gets overwhelmed, which we might get. He has a star in initiative, plus gets initiative from unstoppable. So nimble, flexible, both options. So he could definitely be much better, but yeah, like I said, he's kind of usable. Probably takes 9 lives. No stars in hit points, no underdog, no steel brow. Anyways. Okay, I'll check these again. Don't remember if... Well, I don't want to check the temple, there's nothing there. I'm not that religious. Okay, so let's see. Did this caravan contract pay off or not? Brigands are attacking. Okay, well, you can die. They are like semi-formidable for brigands, but they are merely brigands. I do appreciate them coming for us. Okay, so they probably just go for us immediately, so let's go ahead and use this. That's how caravan fights work. And I'm glad that they do work like that. Oh, come on. Conscript. Also, are they not advancing? That would suck. Alright, fine. Okay, this guy's coming forward. Well, that's something. We can also get at least one net out of this fight. That's pretty nice. Since the map is not really helping us out with the acquirement of nets. Well, the Blitzkrieg is active. I think we'll be fine. Surely we will be just fine. Yeah, I want this net. Okay, so let's use an axe to acquire it, I guess. As well as the pole arm. So I suppose Ike. Okay, just get in there. You still use this as well. I don't see a point. Goodbye. I don't want to step here. I guess I should have stepped there in the first place, but I didn't. Wait. So if I hold steady, that doesn't hit everyone. Whatever. Okay, so the net guys have been dealt with. Alright, show me what you've got, Wilderic. So far, not much. Weird, but I'll wait here. Disarmed. God damn it. Okay, well there goes 12 action points for a two-handed axe. Well, I did wait, so I guess my bad. Disarming Wildrake. Okay. Sure. Well, all you've managed to do is annoy me. You are merely prolonging the inevitable. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Hiya! They really love their disarming. Speaking of that, let's attack this one. Well, there we are. Nice punch. Okay. There we are. Wildrake, level 2. So yeah, mostly this guy I will use as a fodder and to rotate, I guess. Did start with a +3 melee defense though. Is he making a case for himself? Let's see. So I want some fatigue to be able to rotate. So he started with 48 melee skill and gets -5 from being a brute. And he does have the fast adaptation. I guess I could go for that. Sure, whatever. I could have also taken like survival instinct there. Anyways, I might give him like a heavy flail at some point and see how long he lasts. For now, though, I'll just take these. Let's skip the +2 melee skill. Okay, Adolmar, level 15. What the hell does he take? Let's go with fatigue and hit points. Alright, do we have to abandon the caravan in a moment? Yes. Well, that was to be expected. This is close, perhaps. We might be able to do this. That was my alarm. But I think I should pass, so yeah. Too bad. Yeah, if I still had Gerbold, I think I would fight, but I don't have Gerbold, so let's just leave. Avoid this as well. Supply caravan, let's take our revenge. Oh, god damn it. Can't even kill one of these footmen for Berserk. Okay, sure. We'll leave it for Geralt. Or maybe not, since he's fleeing. Any more? Why are you trying to trade? Well, I guess I can't blame you. I tried as well. See if there's any more things I can kill. Militia! Time to die, Militia. Also, yeah, Wilderic has leveled again. Rolls another +3 for melee defense. He is making a case for himself. He actually is. I guess I'll take some fat now. So base melee defense is 11. On his way to 27. Which is not fantastic, but it's more than I expected. Okay, I think I'll go with survival instinct here. He probably wants nimble instead of battleforged. I'll upgrade him to C instead of C-. Let's keep him around for now. Of course, if he does die, I won't be sad. Okay, let's put him to the front line as well. On which flank? I do want to use him on a flank. If he had shields, he'd be so much better, but he doesn't. Yeah, we'll just give him like a super big flail if he's still alive, and then he can go in and pretend like he's Gerbold, of whom he has heard so many stories about. And we'll see how he performs. Unstoppable, formidable approach. Sub 50 melee skill flail. Yeah, that's the plan. Is it a good plan? Not sure, but it's a plan. Armor is a tad damaged here, but we'll be fine against militia. Okay, I'll just go in with Ludger. And also with Ivildric. 39 currently. Yeah, just go in. So this is a... Is this a 5 AP? Yes. Okay, hold where you are. Oh, Fighting Spear. Fighting Spear. No one's gonna use that though. But that might be the first one I've seen. Oops. Mistakes abound. Kind of ironic how I'm playing, considering how I began the episode with explaining that I don't want to make mistakes, and I've been making plenty of them, and now I'm just autopiloting. These are autopilot fights, though. I'll try to focus when it matters. No reason to walk up, I don't think, since they'll just come to me. Those are some impressive rotations you guys have got. He's still enjoying this. What a psycho. Alright, there we are. Alright, let's go sell our loot slash junk at the Dornberg. Well, at least go there. We'll sell some of it. Maybe not all of it. There. Okay, that's doable. A few knights. A few squires. Other than that, semi-easy. Armor is a bit damaged. Also, I have a level up for AK, level 10. So he does have the iron lungs, he doesn't have berserk. I'm still kind of leaning towards more fatigue. Which might be a mistake. I should perhaps go with the hit points. So I have marked fast adaptation in green because of his kind of low melee skill. So I probably will be getting that. Dismantle is the other option. I don't really see much else here. I guess I could get Dynamic Duo. I don't have that for anyone, but I don't want to separate the Duo if I do get them, so it would just be for the shuffling. It kind of makes some sense since he has Pathfinder as well. Well, I don't know if that's a huge consideration, but can move in a position. He could be a dynamic duo with Geralt, the Axe Bros. So shuffle, 0 AP, 5 fatigue. Once per round, rotation. Dismantle is, like, okay. He doesn't need more resolve from Bulwark. Anyways, I think I'll get the hit points here. Let's do so. 69. So 81 projected melee skill, level 11. I say projected because 2 stars doesn't guarantee always +3s like it does in Vanilla and Legends. So let's say he's going to be around 85 in some time in the veteran levels. Does he need fast adaptation? Against some opponents, the answer is likely yes. Against others, it's unnecessary. I think it helps enough. Let's take the fast adaptation now. Maybe I should have taken this way earlier. Or maybe I shouldn't be taking it, but I will be taking it. I have already taken it, so there it is. Anyways, do I fight these guys? I think I do. But I want to use nets if I do. I don't have many though. That's a semi-problem. Well, I have some. The Noble War will end, after which I can go and buy some more. Armor situation sucks though. So I guess Eswig's armor does need to be switched. Ludger's not necessarily, maybe. Alright. Let's give you something. Helmet as well. This is such a nice helmet. It's at 95. I'll still switch. Right, and let's also give you a net, I guess. Dealing with the knights without Gerbolt's heavy flail is going to be tough though. How many heavy footmen were there? A few. Some regular footmen. Anyways, I'll do this fight. If it goes badly, then too bad. Also give Wildrek here this good shield. We'll always get it back as long as we don't flee from the fight, so hopefully that doesn't happen. So yeah, you can have this. And I have a dog. Do I have a free inventory slot? I do. Let's give you this. And you can have the dog. So I'm not going to be using the dog in this fight. Never mind. Let's do this. You can have the dog. Okay, so who uses more nets? So yeah, the fast adaptation helps a lot in fights like this. Especially against these more difficult to hit opponents. Though I can also break shields. That's allowed. yeah, I want someone to use nets. I guess it might be Wildrich, actually. Also, I can make his weapon be lighter. Can I? That's 10 weight. The fighting spear is... well, it's also 10. Okay. So I'll make a switch with you guys. So, actually... let's keep Esvig a bit safer. Nice haircut, by the way. Anyway. Did you do it yourself? Also, I could already, if I really wanted to, give him a heavy flail here. Which is kind of suicidal, but I could. Anyways, he could be the net thrower. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense than using a shield here. Never mind. And also, let's put him in the back line. Weapon is... actually, I'll switch that. Let's switch into the fighting spear. For reach purposes, if nothing else. Also, the fatigue cost of swinging it, I guess. Also, I'll make his armor a bit lighter, so he can throw nets more. Surely I have something here that fits the bill. They don't have an Arbalaster either, so... don't need to worry about getting headshotted by a crossbow. Okay, I'll go with this light armor here. Alright. Probably use a net on even... well, maybe use a net even on like a heavy footman. If it looks like it's being too difficult. Flail should work pretty well. Lots of preparations for this fight that would have been easy earlier, but since, yeah, Gerbold is no longer with us. Do I switch this weapon? Maybe. Maybe it's time for you, Peter, to die in the front line before you reach level 11 and promise potential, so I could give him a flail, which is far more useful in this fight. I do also have a pole flail, another one. So he only has 14 melee defense. But he does have his anticipation. I probably shouldn't risk it. Let's give him pole flail for this. But yeah, big heavy flails is what I would like to have against opponents like this, but let's play with our strengths and weaknesses and try to make it work. So I could give Ludger a shield for this, since now it's actually important to keep him alive, despite what I've said about his survival meaning to me in the past, after he took the traumatized injury. I don't know though, this weapon is pretty good as well. Let's go with this. If there's 3 knights and they look, I don't know, too menacing, then I might still decide that this is not something I want to do, but anyways, here we are. It's only 15 of them and 2 of them are dogs. We'll be fine, right? Right. Okay, so the dog here does need to be dealt with, but I don't need to hurry about it. We allow Peter or maybe Richard to handle it. Since I have Adelma here, it kind of needs to be handled. Footman. Okay, so footman. This is a heavy. And there's a heavy on the flank. Okay, so only 2 it seems. Also compare their melee defenses. So 35, 45, yeah. I'll probably use at least 1 net on a footman. Heavy one, I mean. Okay, that's a nice swing. Let's see if I can do it. Misses one of them. Okay. Dog is gone. Alright, that's the priority target for... Well, I was going to say the crossbow, but we can get to him with someone else as well. But like... 60%. Wait. Okay, so... Guess we'll use Deter on this guy. Let's move here for crowded reasons. Decent. Well, better than decent, I should say. Alright. Knights are still holding. Would be nice to be able to get here without spending any AP. Alas, it is what it is. Okay, 2 knights. One of them has a warhammer. I definitely don't want that hitting my heavy armor people. Okay, so I guess I do Blitzkrieg. Yeah, let's Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg onslaught. Inspiring presence here. So we'll wait with the nets, I think. Yeah, probably wait. Maybe even do nothing with Eswig. Maybe like move here. Keep the vigilant action points. Here, Richard. Alright. Wildrick move to the middle. Don't use a net yet. Could even use him here, actually. If he takes some damage, that's fine. Even if he dies, that's fine. His armor is lighter, though, since I switched it. Well, I don't know. If I want to use the Inspiring Presence from Helmer, then making room for him would be a nice idea. So maybe it's not, yeah, maybe it's not actually, because we already have Gerhard there. Let's just keep you where you are. Also, who the hell are these? Oh, the squires, yeah. I forgot you existed. Well, we'll definitely have net targets. You move here, and well, I guess we attack. Yeah, sure. For all the good that did. Excellent work. Definitely won't be daggering unless there's like 1 knight left. Let's split the damage out. So that's a Berserk activation for Geralt. Also, I want to keep the target alive for Inspiring Presence. So do that. Alright, split. Do you also wait in there? Does make some sense. Does mean I want to wait with AK after this target is gone. So I don't have to move to find a target. Probably getting the heavy footman there. If I leave the spot open. Seems like it. No, actually there's a footman here. I'll just stay. So if I kill this target with Gerhard doesn't get Berserk from him. But he'll get to attack twice against someone else. So, sure. Just do it. Right. So we are probably getting hit by the hammer once. If I don't use the net. I don't want to use it yet. Guess we eat the hit if that's going to happen. Might be that the others block him. So that won't happen. So the dog probably goes for Adelma if I don't stop it here. Moving next to it is also enough, but then I won't have a good chance of hitting it if I want to do that, and I might not have a target despite the range of 2. Let's try it with recharge. So Dieter steps forward and attacks this guy. His big baits. Okay. And let's wait. I could also move in and use a round swing. I don't want to do that though. Though there is the chance of getting stunned by Sir Henrik. And also actually his squire, so yeah, maybe I should do something here. Move in against this guy and attack. That's a possibility. 19 melee defense. I do have the praise for impact. Guess I go up against this guy. Oh, didn't actually kill. That's an 84. Well, in that case, we wait there. Just take care of that. Okay, nice. Knocking anyone away doesn't seem to help unless I manage to do it twice, which seems undoable. So just damage reasons, I guess. I mean, yes, I can shoot twice, but hitting these guys twice is not going to happen. Oh yeah, holding steady does confer immunity to being stunned. Why do I not remember something like that? Okay, the hammer went for Ludger. weird choice. I'll use a net. Despite this going very well, I'll use a net. Let's use them. Use them or lose them. Okay, so I can go for a disarm. That seems unnecessary for Sir Olvir. I'll just do nothing, I guess. I could use the line breaker though. I do have the battle flow, so in case I get this kill next round, sure. Let's move there. That's nice damage. And that might actually be a round swing. I mean, if there's a round swing situation, then if that isn't it, then what is? Okay, I'll activate this again. Though, actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. I could have gotten a berserk from that. That was really dumb. We are going to win this battle without casualties, but that was still very dumb. That's a big mistake, actually. Let's not use any more nets. If I move in, how much damage is this guy going to take? Take some damage. I'll still do it. Okay, now I don't even have enough for a round swing anyway, so whatever. Let's just do this. I suppose I might have also missed against the berserk target there, so maybe it wasn't that big of a mistake. I still maintain though that it was a mistake overall. Okay. Some levels out of that. It's time to juggle the inventory. And now that I remember, let's switch Eswick back. What he had. Loot Girl, level 16. Wildrick, level 4. Guess I'll also give him another net. Okay, rolled +3s. So was that the third +3 in a row for melee defense? I think it was. Okay, let's go ahead and take rotation. And switch his armor a bit. Let's keep it somewhat light, but... Okay, I'll make the helmet a bit heavier since he doesn't have steel brow. Nor 9 lives. Actually, you can have that. Helmer, level 15. Yeah, at this point, let's let's rely on that fatigue being enough. Recharge, level 6. Okay, I'll take the hit points. And let's take Whirling Death. People like food. Where was that event when they got angry? Alright, nothing to buy here, it seems. Skip the recruits, it seems, as well. Unless I want to see about Helmer, the farmhand. Do I? If I get lucky, then... Well, I'll get lucky. I guess I'll see. I did not get lucky. Okay, selling price is what? 16. Well, I'll offload some things. Thing is, though, if I don't offload more, then I'll likely have the same problem soon. But I can head towards Lugnistad? Is that what it's called? Lugnistad? Something like that. I'll sell most of the stuff, I guess. We'll make do with the price. Am I going to use a winged mace? Not anytime soon, at least. I guess I keep it around. Alright, that seems more reasonable. Get some sustenance. Okay, another battle against nobles. I think I'll pass, though. That would definitely end the war. That would do it. It's only a 2 skull, so should be something I can manage. I think I've already partaken enough in this stuff, so let's just leave. Go to Schwedfeste, go north for a bit. Try to find some cultists or someone to convert. But I also need that cocaine. It's day 200 plus. Where's the cocaine? Who snorted it all? Some selfish yuppies to blame. I've seen American Psycho. I know how it works. Okay, let's do some training, I guess. Oh, you still have that, okay. Friduhelm the Idiot. A hedge knight who is apparently dumb. Okay, well that's 8,000, but... Alright, he's decent. He's not fantastic, but he's decent. 2-star melee defense 11. That is the mean roll though. He is paranoid. And yeah, him being dumb is excellent. He can be converted. 65 melee skill, no stars. That is a very good roll. So he'll be a damage dealer, it seems. 70 hit points, 2 stars. And also stars in fatigue. Yeah, that's nice. I'd say he is... Well, he could be better, but he's pretty good. Pretty good. Convert plus even. Alright, so let's see. What can I do with this guy? So he goes heavy armor, I guess. I could also take Nimble. That's fine. But I need to buy Nimble. He can go either way, I guess. Sadly, he doesn't have Berserk nor Unstoppable. What he does have is Second Wind. I kind of dislike using that, but I guess that's what I have to do if I want to deal... Well, if I want to have more action points to deal damage with. There is Inspiring Presence for more, of course, but... I would vastly prefer it if he just had like Berserk or Unstoppable. Ideally Berserk, I think. That's the simplest one to keep track of. He also has Finesse for lowered fatigue costs. He has Killing Frenzy. He does have Weapon Master. So if I do take Second Wind, I ideally want a 4 AP weapon, which Duelist is kind of an obvious choice, but there are also other options, I believe. Though I'm not actually 100% sure. Is this 4 AP? Yeah, this is 4 AP. Ancient Warcleaver. Yeah, that makes sense. He doesn't have cleavers, but I can buy cleavers. That means no Nimble. I do dislike how Duelist works in Hardened. I mean, it's good when you can make it work, but you need to babysit the positioning and it's a perk point spent, so I vastly prefer taking just two-handed damage instead, which means I don't need to babysit, and then I don't also need to spend a perk point in Duelist. So my opinion is that this should be changed. So it always did at least something. You could keep these better bonuses for the conditions, but my opinion is that it should always give you some kind of bonus. Even if you're completely surrounded. Even if it doesn't make like a 100% logical sense if you think about how a duel would work. That's just my opinion. Anyways, let's see. So maybe takes Underdog. Oh, he does have Vigilant. Probably do take that. Vanquisher, maybe. Survival Instinct is a maybe. Definitely don't go shields. I want to deal heavy damage with a two-hander. So yeah, Cleaver it looks like. I was unsure of whether there were 4 AP weapons that are two-handed, because I know that in Legends these cleavers, at least some of them, are 4 AP. But from what I remember in Reforged, that might not be the case, but my memory is that of a goldfish. So once again, might be mistaken. But anyways, we have a 4 AP Famed Cleaver. It isn't perfect, but it's pretty good. So probably use that. And there is also the possibility of finding another one. Is there any point in Quick Hands in that case? I could use a whip. Do I want to use a whip? What weapon could I use? Well, if I take Weapon Master, there's a lot of options. But if I want to use the second wind, then... Well, then again, with the second wind, I can use a different kind of weapon first. And then switch into the 4 AP Cleaver if that seems like the right call. So I'm definitely going Battleforged, since I cannot get both Nimble and Cleavers. And since there are no veteran perks, I need to be somewhat careful with my choices. So let's spend some time still planning this guy. So the duelist route does make some sense, but like I said, I definitely want to go with something I don't need to think about that much. So what is the reach of this thing? 5. Okay, Formidable Approach also requires a two-handed melee weapon, so that's probably something I want. So yeah, the Weapon Master is a probable yes. If I do take that, I definitely want Quick Hands as well. But he doesn't have his Steel Brow. He does have hit points, but I usually want Steel Brow on essentially everyone that I want to survive, but that is not an option here. Colossus I think I will pass on, since it's the Hardened Colossus and he already is doing well with the hit points. So Survival Instinct is pretty good. It's, for my puny brain, a little bit difficult to assess just how good it is. Someone should do some math. But it can definitely save you from some nasty hits, so I think I will take that despite the 2-star melee defense. I probably will take Underdog. Man of Steel is also something I probably want. Let's mark that in blue. Vigorous Assault is a maybe. Also, we definitely want to make a priority of getting Cocaine, since I don't want this guy to leave us. So we need to find Necrosavants somewhere. So with the Weapon Master... I can save that decision for later, so I could definitely go without Weapon Master. The thing is, though, if I don't take Weapon Master, what am I taking? So I probably want all of the Cleaver perks. That's 3 perks. And I suppose the decision has been made to go with Cleavers. Yeah, he also has Finesse and he has 2 stars in Fatigue, so Cleavers... A big, heavy Cleaver makes sense to me. Just go ahead and mark Finesse in green. Rebuke is actually a maybe as well. Especially if I take Underdog. That would work actually decently well. Eventually, I'd say. I guess I'll mark rotation in blue, but I would prefer not taking it. Instead take that with someone who can't quite deal as much damage. Though I haven't leveled him up yet, I haven't seen if he rolls well with the melee skill. Let's see. Starts with a +1. Oh well. Definitely takes the... do I want more resolve? I mean, I do, but he gets that after being converted. I guess I take 1 +4. And I'll take fatigue over hit points. Okay, there we go. +3 melee skill. And +4 melee defense. +5 fat. Okay, that's more disappointing. Okay, this time takes hit points, fatigue, and melee defense. Come on, melee skill. +2. Okay, he's starting to disappoint me a bit. Fast adaptation is something I can take, but the formidable approach helps a lot. I'll take the +2 instead of the fatigue. Okay, so 70 melee skill, 23 melee defense. Alright. Also give him some armor here. Let's see how heavy he can go. So he does go with the Battleforged, yes. Okay, that's good enough for now. Let's give him like... probably... Well, a rich weapon, yes, but which one? Well, we can switch that later. Never have I been so happy to see someone who is called the Idiot. I wonder what kind of cultural references you could make about that. Is it a Dostoevsky novel? I actually have that, but I haven't read it. Anyways. So... Cleavers. I should just buy them now, I guess. So yeah, he didn't do quite as well with the melee skill to begin with. I think that's still the plan. I could also just abandon that and instead make a tank out of him. That is something that is also required. I really like the Cleaver plan though. He doesn't have Indom, but he does have shields and underdog, lots of hit points, fatigue, melee defense. I think the formidable approach helps enough that this no-starch melee skill will be good enough. So it does kind of make more sense to go with something like flails. But currently I have a famed cleaver, and he does have the second wind, which doesn't really work well with a non-4 AP weapon. So yeah, let's just commit. Let's commit. Let's get him the cleavers. Unlock cleaver for Friduhelm. And this bugs out. It says no training options. However, if I do this, does it fix itself? Yes. Also rigorously school him. Let's get him into the lineup. Okay, so do I keep Galip around? Because now that I have a convert prospect, that's better. Galip isn't bad, but he's not fantastic. He's projected to reach the same melee skill. The thing is, I don't have any guaranteed sources of cocaine on the map, so I need to go find them somewhere. So I suppose we need to go west for that. That's Goblin Orc territory. Anyways, let's plan still. So Friduhelm does take all of the cleaver stuff. That is also more action points, yeah, Mauler. Once per round during your turn, when you move next to an injured enemy, recover 3 action points. I could also skip these. They're decent. I don't know how good they are though. Occasionally Mauler will be excellent. Not sure about Sanguinary. It won't even work against certain enemies. Anyways, yeah, I think we'll not take the quick hands yet. We'll think about whether that's actually that useful. Though, yeah, one could definitely argue for some whipping or weapon master quick handing. But let's see, if I do take this, let's count. Let's say I take these, that's already 10. So I have to skip Vanquisher and Second Wind if I do that. Damn it. I could skip Survival Instinct. Instead take Student. It means I can take, like, yeah, the Second Wind. Means I skip the Weapon Mastery, as well as Underdog, as well as Man of Steel. So I could definitely skip like Sanguinary instead. Not sure exactly how good the Man of Steel is, but surely it's good. Take less armor penetration damage from attacks equal to your helmet or body armor weight as a percentage, whichever is lower. Vanquisher would also be nice. Anyways, we can think about that. We can also think about whether Vigilant is that good here. It's good, but is it that good? I mean, yeah, it works with Second Wind. Actually, I should have thought about that. So Vigilant does work with Second Wind without having to use a 4 AP weapon, though it's slightly more awkward, but yeah, you get 2 action points from second wind if you keep those for next round. Well, let's begin with student. And then we'll just go with the cleaver plan. So take Mauler. And then I do want Brawny. And then we take Cleaver Mastery. And it's probably all of this stuff, and then we'll think about what the last one would be. So Underdog, Vanquisher, Man of Steel. I might decide to skip like Killing Frenzy. Maybe. Or even the second wind, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see which one is the least important. So I could already give him the Ancient War Cleaver, but I don't think I should. I don't think I should. Let's give him a Volge. A Reach Cleaver. Okay, there we go, finally. I'll also give him a Bandage. Or even 2. Alright, so yeah, the question was, do I keep Gallip around? He's also dumb. He doesn't need to be dumb, though. No stars in the melee skill, 2-star melee defense. No stars in hit points. So unstoppable something. I don't have a hammer yet. He also gets cleavers. I could just purchase something else, like maybe flails for him, though. Okay, I think, though, since I don't have cocaine and I found this guy, I should play it safe and get rid of Galib, so I have the maximal chances of converting someone who's better. So I might still recruit like a very good someone, but let's for now keep just the one candidate. Alright, and let's go to Lugnistead again. So the cocaine, yeah, but the thing is, it's... The West seems quite undoable for the most part, is the thing at the moment, still. But if I don't find cocaine, there's always the risk of losing this guy. Anyways, let's go here first. And then we'll decide. Also still possible that we get ambushed in a forest by noble troops, for example, so I'll be careful. This is probably the Black House, but it might also not be. Orc tracks there. Okay, nice prices here. Okay, this will spoil, I'll go ahead and buy those. And selling price might actually be decent, is it? 16, not good enough. Caravan to Lugnistead. Okay, well, I will take that, but it's possible that there's ambush straight routes still there, so I'm kind of not really doing much. There's a weaponsmith, though. Also possible the orcs here attack me, though I don't see them. Okay, Hermshof. Couple of cultists. Okay, let's see about them. Niels. Might be good enough. Is not fantastic, but might be good enough. Max rolled melee skill. Nearly max rolled hit points. 3-star fatigue. 1-star melee defense, which did mean roll though. Yeah, I think we'll keep him around for now. Let's call him CTR. And then we have Grimold, who is not quite as good, so him I will let go. He's not horrible, but he's also not good. 1-star melee skill, 51. He does get both an Unstoppable and Berserk, which is kind of funny. But I will get rid of him. Let's have a drink. If this were a Legends campaign, I'm pretty sure we'd be steamrolling through the map if the campaign was even going at this point. I'm kind of glad that Hardened is living up to its name. So I don't agree with every single thing about it. There aren't any ambush trade routes, and I've managed to spawn some things here. So we have a decent one-handed cleaver. Probably skip it though, since no one's going to use it. More armor penetration and armor damage, nothing else. Then we have a well-balanced whip, which I will also skip. Seems to be lower weight and more armor penetration. And then we have a two-handed cleaver, which likewise I will skip because I have a better one. So yeah. Well, good effort. And there is no armor nor Fletcher here, so too bad. I'm not going back down south, but let's leave that here. Okay, 3 Skull Thieves, I will do that as a leveling thing. There is a couple of cultists. Let's take a look. Alright, first one is, it seems, a skip. Could be a thrower. A cocky asthmatic thrower. He's not like the worst thrower though. Feels bad. So I don't think I want to keep him, but let's think about it for a second. So he does also get the ranged combat perk group. And Pathfinder. And Berserk. And Battle Flow. So the fatigue penalty from asthmatic might not matter that much. Reaches around 80 ranged. So might still be useful. It's going to take him a while to be useful though. Anyways, let's take a look at the second guy. And this will be a skip. Doesn't have much going for him. So one could argue that just having access to shields and underdog makes him semi-worth. But I will skip. Okay, so yeah, the traits are bad, but they don't necessarily matter. Nearly max rolled the ranged skill. Could have rolled 3 stars, of course. Other rolls are decent enough. I don't have a thrower, of course, so I might keep this guy around just for that reason. Well, it's more warm bodies for the front line. Well, not the front line for him, but for the meat grinder. So yeah, with the battle flow, I'm pretty sure that the asthmatic doesn't matter that much. Also, eventually, he will get +2 fatigue recovery per turn from Disciple of Davkul. That's going to take a long time, though. So as far as throwers go, he's pretty good. Mainly due to the perk tree he has. He gets Headhunter as well. That might be something I want. Okay, I will probably keep him around for now, but we'll see if he's long-term. Same with Niels and same with Wilderic here. Yeah, I'll equip them with something, so you can have like medium armor. And some kind of reach. So let's give this guy a dagger. And have a jacket pike. And this guy can start with some bolas. Something like this, perhaps. Horrible defenses, of course, so he'll die pretty easily. No Steel Brown, no 9 lives either. But I'm not going to be saddened if he does die. So yeah. We're doing a little bit better than we were a while ago. Especially if we get Fridu Helm to convert. Despite his semi-lackluster melee skill rolls. Anyways, I will leave the episode at that. We will begin the next one with the return item contract, of course. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.